Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a presentation on sleep for high school students. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of high school students get when they get enough sleep, and also the consequences that arrive from not getting enough sleep. We're going to be looking at benefits such as how it affects us health-wise, how it affects our brain and memory, and also we're going to be looking at consequences as far as health risks when we're not getting enough sleep. The reason why this is so important is because high school students have so much going on. It's really important for them to understand that they gotta kind of value their time and make sure that they put time aside to get enough sleep. And sometimes we're gonna even look at taking naps. So hope you enjoy.
So what exactly is sleep? You can go to the dictionary or look on the internet and you will get a number of different types of definitions. Regardless of where you look, every definition seems to state that it is a condition in which the body and mind is in, typically late at night. This condition tends to have the nervous system inactive and the muscles at their most relaxed state. Oh yeah, and let's not forget about our eyes being closed. It would probably be very creepy if the last part wasn't true. Even though we have heard what constitutes sleep, I think it's safe to say that we all have different sleeping habits. Did you know that there are actually names for the different types of sleepers? Well, there are. According to John Medina's book Brain Rules, there are three different types of sleepers, and they are described as one of three birds. The three different types of sleepers are known as larks, owls, and hummingbirds. I will start with the owl because this is the type of sleeper that none of you should be. The owl tends to go to bed very late, sometimes as late as 3 a.m., and tends to wake up very late as well. With first period starting at 7:45 in the morning, students should never be an owl. The second type of sleeper is known as a lark. These sleepers wake up before dawn and are usually in bed by 9 p.m. I'm pretty sure that most of you have parents or grandparents who have lark sleeping habits. Many people like myself are forced to be larks because of the time we have to be at work. Larks usually are most alert around noontime, which would be perfect since you're in school at that time. We probably don't have many larks among high school students, since I really doubt you guys are in bed by 9 p.m. The overwhelming majority of people fall under our last of the three of the sleepers, which are called hummingbirds. Hummingbirds fall somewhere in between owls and larks. As high school students, you probably don't wake up at the crack of dawn, but you also don't go to bed at 3 a.m. School and work schedules tend to dictate the type of sleepers we are, and as high school students, your schedule usually lends itself to being a hummingbird.
So now that we've taken a look at the different kinds of sleepers that there are, let's take a look at the benefits that we get from getting a good night's sleep and having consistent sleep.
Getting good sleep and at the right time will play an important role in your overall well being and health throughout your lives. Getting good sleep will benefit your mental health, physical health, and your safety. Let's start by taking a look at how sleep benefits your mental health. A good night's sleep prepares your brain for your next day. Imagine your brain has a bunch of freeways that begin to get jammed up with traffic. Good sleep clears those freeways of all that traffic and allows your memories to get through and find a proper place to be stored. It seems like common sense to say that getting proper sleep helps us to be better learners. Your teachers are constantly telling you to get a good night's sleep and eat a good breakfast in order to prepare for an important lesson or test. Research shows that people who get a good night's sleep are better focused and are able to complete performance tasks more efficiently. Getting a good night's sleep helps maintain a healthy heart and good blood pressure in your bodies. I understand that your blood pressure is probably the furthest thing from your mind at your age, but your habits of today will determine your health for tomorrow. Good sleep has a great effect on the way you perform in sports as well. Student athletes who sleep at least 9 hours a night show improvement in their running and swimming times. These athletes also experience less fatigue and more stamina during competition. It also turns out that well rested dieters had an easier time shedding weight than did dieters with bad sleeping habits. This may also be the result from the fact that people who tend to get better sleep also tend to be less hungry. We've already discussed how proper sleep keeps you better focused and more alert. Keeping that in mind is pretty easy to see how this affects your overall safety. If you are driving a car, proper sleep will ensure that you are less likely to get into a car accident. When you're crossing the street, your response time is quicker, allowing you to notice any dangerous situations. You are also less likely to get hurt during contact sports since you will be better focused and have more stamina.
All right, so now we've seen the benefits of getting sleep. Let's take a look at what some of the consequences are for not getting enough sleep.
All it takes is one night of insufficient sleep to affect your alertness, focus, and concentration. You're aware that lack of sleep will usually make you really tired, especially during world history and science lessons. For some reason, that's the time the eyelids tend to become really heavy. Also, how many times have you had to deal with someone who was all grumpy because they didn't get enough sleep? That's right, the lack of sleep makes people more irritable and difficult to be around. Yes, that means you when you haven't got enough sleep. Another consequence to the lack of sleep is your memory. As high school students who have to do homework, work on projects, and take exams, your memory is extremely important. Lack of performance at school will no doubt cause your grades to suffer and put you in jeopardy of not getting into the college of your choice or not graduating on time with the rest of your class. It is also important to understand that lack of sleep can eventually lead to depression. It's not clear whether depression leads to the lack of sleep or the lack of sleep leads to depression. One thing researchers do agree with is that you are much more likely to suffer from depression when you do not get consistent sleep. It is important to understand that depression isn't something that you can will away and get rid of, but proper sleep can reduce the possibility of dealing with depression. If all these reasons weren't good enough to get you to jump into bed for some Z's, how about the fact that chronic lack of sleep also ages you faster from the outside, just like it does on the inside? Without getting proper sleep, your skin will take longer to recover from sun exposure, and you will develop premature skin aging, such as fine lines and reduced elasticity. In other words, wrinkles. So, what about naps? What role do they play in getting enough sleep, and do they have physical and mental benefits? We've all heard of the term power nap, right? A nap as short as 20 minutes can boost alertness and your motor skills. 90-minute naps put you into a deeper sleep and have the same benefits as a good night's sleep. As you can see, my family loves boosting their alertness while I do all the driving on road trips. Yep, there they are again, some more napping. And it continues. With many high school students involved in clubs at school, athletics, and part-time jobs, it's important for you to take advantage of available nap time. Yes, this is one of your classmates in the library.
All right, everyone. So I hope you learned some good lessons here. I think it's important that we all understand the benefits of sleep. I think it's something that we have taken for granted in the past, but hopefully you learned some good information and it helps you out with your sleep schedule. Those of us, obviously, we're in high school and we have busy schedules, but we want to make sure that we maintain our sleep and that we have a healthy life. So have a good one.